Hey, what's up? It's Pat here, and in this video, I want to share with you exactly how much money YouTube paid me last year. In fact, it was enough money to cover my brand new Tesla Model Y, which is really cool. So why even bring up the Tesla Model Y in this conversation? Well, it's because part of what you need to do here on YouTube is you need to capture people's attention. And now that you're here, obviously it's worked. You've clicked on the thumbnail or the title because of that. And now that you're here, you hope to get what you want. And that's exactly what I'm gonna give you. So that's the other part of the equation. It's one thing to capture people's attention. It's another one to follow through and deliver on that value so a person may subscribe or come back or whatever. So make sure you stick around because I'm gonna share with you the exact dollar amount that I earned from YouTube in just a second here, including where it came from, because it's not all coming from ads. There's some other places too that you can earn money here on YouTube as well. Plus, I'm gonna share with you the top 3 highest performing monetized videos, including a particular video that was actually built specifically to make as much money as possible. It was structured in such a way, and I'm gonna share and reveal that structure for you because it is working and performing very, very well. My goal is to help you understand what is working so you can do more of that and give yourself the best chance to get monetized and make some decent money here on YouTube too. All right, so here's the revenue from 2020, January to December, of course, and that is $55,974.12, which is up 139% from 2019, which is a huge jump, and I'm really excited about breaking this down for you. So a couple things we're gonna do. We're gonna go to monthly estimated revenue. We're gonna click see more because I wanna break this previous year, that's 2020, by month. And we can see the graph here. You'll see a huge jump in April and May. We can even go month by month here. It started off about $3,000 pretty steadily between January and March. And then of course, April, May, and June, a significant increase. Well, what happened during this time? What did I do? Well, there's a couple things that happened. Number one, there was a lot of people looking for information about what to do now that the pandemic started. Again, this was March and April of 2020. A lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of people losing hope, and going to YouTube to find information and just learn more. My channel was specifically built as a result of getting laid off myself in 2008 and sharing as much information as possible for people who are going through situations just like this. So I did see a significant jump even in older videos of mine, but you know what I did? I didn't just sit there and wait. I created more videos than I ever did before. In fact, I even started going live every day to help people too. The thing is, when you know you have something helpful and there's a whole bunch of people who need it, you gotta create these videos. In fact, it almost feels like an obligation to me, and it should to you too. If you can pay attention to current events or trends, create videos about that. They might not all work, but if they do work, you wanna lean into that and do more. And that's exactly why we saw a jump in earnings here in April and May of 2020. You can pretty much see that there's a direct correlation between the estimated monetized playbacks based on the number of increased views at this time and the dollar amount that I was making as well. And then come the second half of the year, it started to dwindle down a little bit. And this is where I was focusing a lot more on the live streams versus the pre-recorded videos. In fact, there was about a 2 to 3 month period where I actually didn't publish consistently other than the live streams. The channel didn't grow as much from the live streams. It is the pre-recorded videos that are specific about certain topics, like this one, that actually are gonna perform better, at least for most people, in regards to the growth of their channel subscriptions and their revenue as well. Starting in the final quarter of the year, however, I started to get more serious about creating a few videos, and you're gonna see a video in particular in our top 3 that was actually created in November that accounted for a large number of increased playbacks and money coming in. Now, I also want you to pay attention to CPMs. Every video is gonna have its own CPM, or what's called a cost per milli or cost per 1,000 views, and that's a really important metric because some videos are gonna have a much higher CPM than others. And it's really important for you to start to understand if in fact monetization is important to you, to see which videos that you're creating has the highest CPM, because some videos, they're gonna have a very low CPM and you might have way more views but make a lot less money, whereas other videos, they might not have as many views but you might make more money because they're actually worth more to advertisers to advertise on that particular video based on the topic. So one thing that I tried to do is consider, okay, well, which videos are getting the highest CPM? That means it's reaching those advertisers that are willing to pay the most money, and if it continues to be helpful for people, let's create more videos like that too. And that seemed to be a good way to add a little bit more fuel to the fire as well. Now, I had mentioned earlier that there's many different kinds of income that you can actually earn here on YouTube. Ad revenue is just one type through pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll ads. That's great and that can work, but there's some other ways that you can generate an additional income as well. 12% of the 55,000 actually came from here. You'll see super chats, channel memberships, and super stickers. When you get to a certain level, you can start to enable memberships on your channel. And that is where people can pay a monthly fee at different levels to get access to you for certain things. They might get access to certain emojis and emotes. They might get access to certain videos before everybody else does, or even private conversations with you in live streams or live chats only. If you happen to go live quite a bit and you have the ability to enable memberships, I'd recommend doing it. A lot of your fans are gonna wanna support you in that way and feel like they belong to something like a community under you. The other two things that you see here are very similar. That's the super chats and the super stickers. You can enable either of those as well once you start to have monetization enabled. And that is during live streams, people can offer and essentially donate money to you in the form of a super chat. Now, YouTube does take 30% of that, which is quite a bit, but this is my take home, about $5,000. And thankfully, all of this is getting donated. That was a part of the deal when going live daily, was that all the income that was coming in from the super chats was going to get donated. And we donated to a number of different organizations and also charities to help out during certain times in 2020. But a majority of the revenue here on YouTube, in fact, came from just ads like the ones that you see before and or after videos, or maybe in the middle, like this. All right, now let's take a deep dive into the 3 top earning videos from last year, starting with this one here, How to Start a Podcast, the complete tutorial. This video was actually recorded in 2018, so it's actually a couple of years old now, but what's really cool is on YouTube, you can create some evergreen content that'll last for a very long time. This is a pillar topic within my brand. I'm known for podcasting, and this video, in fact, has been seen over 1 million times now, which is really cool. In 2020, it earned $5,309.65, but if we look at the lifetime of this, you're just gonna see how much money this one single video has earned. $11,526. Now, most of that income was actually coming from this previous year, with a huge jump again in March and April. In March and April, a lot of people were at home wanting to start a podcast. Here comes my video, and it's ready to go. The playback-based CPM, or cost per 1,000 views here, is a little lower than some of my other videos for this channel, but the volume definitely made up for it. It was a hot topic. This video was very, very well produced in a way that keeps people watching for a long time. And when you can do that and create something relevant, it's going to work very, very well. In terms of reach, this is mainly search results that are doing the job here. And if you type in how to start a podcast, you'll probably see this video number 1 or number 2 in the search engine results. And it's been that way for quite a while. So if you have pillar content that you know you want to kind of own that space, spend the extra time to make that video amazingly great and also amazingly evergreen. Now, speaking of longevity, this video, How to Create an Awesome Slide Deck, was actually published in 2015 here on the channel. So yes, again, you can have a lot of legs with these videos that you create if you just spend a little extra time on making them extra good for people. In 2020, this video made $5,145.54. And as far as reach is concerned, a lot of this, again, coming from search for me. Now, a lot of your traffic might not come from search, and that's okay. A lot of my content is search specific and actually built for search, like that podcasting video I just showed you. But actually, I would prefer if suggested videos kicked in, because that's actually where you get a lot of the virality, where YouTube is sending your video out to share impressions to people who they think would watch it, not because they're searching for it, but because they know, or they think they know with the algorithm, that those people will want to watch it. So don't be ashamed, or don't feel like you're doing wrong if you don't have a lot of search traffic. You can build videos with 0 search traffic at all and still do very, very well. I just want to recommend that you pay attention to where it's coming from and just learn what you can do to maximize your efforts there with regards to where those people are coming from and how they're finding you. Now, you might be like, Pat, okay, well, that's cool for your older videos, but what have you done lately that's actually working? Well, here's a video that actually performed very well and was our 3rd best performing video at $4,341.19 last year. And this is a video titled 15 New Pandemic Created Business Ideas. The thumbnail shows new opportunities that didn't exist before and a bunch of doors that you can open. And I want people to click on those doors so they can watch this video. And what's really cool about this video is it has a fairly high CPM at nearly $18. And as far as reach, since it's been published, a lot of that reach actually comes from browse features. It's not search specific first, although a lot of people were looking for new ideas on what they can do to build their business and brands in 2020, of course, as many people were getting laid off and looking for new opportunities. Now, if I go to reach here, you're gonna find that this video was shared with 6.8 million people with a 4.1 click-through rate. Part of that is because, yes, a lot of people were clicking through. Anything 4% or above is really great, and that'll help you get more reach from YouTube as they send it out to more people. And people were watching this video for quite a long time. I did what I could in this video to hold people all the way through to the end. So this video actually has 15 different ideas in 15 minutes. So it was moving, it was banging one after another. And most of all, and this is the biggest thing I've learned over the past year for videos that have performed very, very well, getting attention and having a great hook, or as I like to call, the click and stick strategy. Title and thumbnail, that's the click. The stick is within the first 20 seconds, if not 10 seconds, you gotta tell people why they gotta stick around. So really quick, let's actually watch the beginning of this video so we can see exactly how I hook viewers in, remembering they're coming in for business ideas and what was happening in the world at the time. In this video, I wanna share with you 15 new business ideas that you can start during this crisis that may allow you to build something brand new that you never thought possible. And we're gonna do all of this in just 15 minutes. That's right, one business idea per minute. But before we get to that, we need to talk about what is happening right now. Recent data has shown that unemployment is at an all-time high. In fact, 1 out of every 5 Americans is without a job, which is really insane. And it reminds me of my story back in 2008, having gotten laid off in the recession back then, for different reasons, obviously. And it took a little bit of time, but I found massive opportunity during that downturn, and you have those same opportunities too. The one question I wanna ask you is this: what does this make possible? All right, now to help you get started, I'm gonna go over. All right, so you heard the hook here, which was 15 business ideas in 15 minutes. And then I started to go into a little bit of relevancy to what was happening at the time. And then finally, I included a little bit of proof, right? Because people were getting laid off. I said, hey, look, I got laid off too. I showed a little newspaper clipping of me, got laid off, became an entrepreneur. That's what the people here want to do as well, perhaps. So it connects, and then people are like, okay, I trust this person. Let's go all the way through. So that's really important, adding some sort of proof element, because people will often default to doubt when watching your videos. You know, you're not the only one to watch videos of other YouTubers expressing how much money they made. I just find it so interesting because every YouTuber is different, and that's the big thing. What works for me may or may not work for you, but you gotta create, you gotta keep pushing yourself out there. So before you go, make sure you hit that thumbs up button here if you like this video, and to forever bless yourself with high CPM videos down the road. And again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. And if it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Thank you.